Hello. Here we have a Karate Blitz step. Just kidding, this is a leaping lead hook from southpaw, finishing with a slip for the left, which innately avoided and used the momentum of the opponent's straight. Seems like the taller fighter had the novelty of an unorthodox technique used against him. Here though, a signature move of karate legend Lyoto Machida was the blitz step, where to counter, especially versus bigger, ranger opponents, he'd move his upper body over his center mass, then rush in and counter Jones off his low kicks. Unfortunately for him though, spamming this technique makes one prone to getting countered if the opponent has the timing to do so. That's what happened to Lyoto Machida. The punch John Jones landed is like a Mandela effect to me. Recalling the fight, I can remember him landing an elbow for some reason, not a straight. It's not how I remembered it. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely, the blitz step is a double-edged sword which works far more effectively with the smaller gloves. After all, with the karate style emphasizing straight punches, a guard is not as reliable with smaller gloves as they would be with boxing gloves. With that said, watch this here. Naoya Inoue versus Juan Carlos Payano. Here, what Naoya Inoue used to finish Juan was not a boxing technique. One of the fundamental rules of this discipline is to keep your hips under you even when you engage to strike. But watch as Naoya Inoue leans over his hips, then connects. We see Wonderboy do this a lot, veering off to an angle after his blitz step to avoid possible follow-up. Watch how he leans his weight onto his lead leg. He's reaching. Then like a human drive-by, he leaves his opponent's line of attack by stepping square. The man has to be the nicest gangster you've ever seen. One of the reasons why Thompson has such a remarkable capacity for footwork and movement is because he keeps his hands lower, effectively lowering his center of gravity. What he loses in defense, he gains in mobility. It's no wonder he's so hard to deal with. He's very unorthodox to conventional Western striking, yet he understands and trains your tools. With his knowledge advantage, he touches you over and over through blind spots in your understanding. Naoya Inoue as well, his technique is a little different, not shifting his weight onto his lead leg, but throwing his right arm back, which acts as a counterbalance for his extension forward. This is how he explodes off his back foot into a power jab, his torso moving over his hips. Note also that his opponent is a southpaw. The outside foot helps secure the backhand, but the inside foot helps secure the jab at the risk of being caught by the opponent's backhand. To mitigate possible follow-up after his jab, perhaps Naoya wanted to invest as much power as he could, which is perhaps why he broke the fundamental rule by reaching over his hips. He was willing to take a calculated risk to catch his opponent off guard. Watch how, taking that much investment from the power jab, Payano, he was probing with his lead to find his reach. But here, he's caught completely off guard, taking this much commitment. Look, he's blasted off footing. His arms, his defenses, they further open to help regain his balance. Meanwhile, straight down the pipe in came a cross. Do you remember when Naoya Inoue pumped his arm out as counterbalance? All of that potential energy on the recoil is now being harnessed into his straight. As Naoya Inoue's hips pivot in, Juan Carlos Payano was simply unprepared to take the oncoming blow. When you pair that with the overall force Naoya Inoue generated, boom. From there, the lights have no choice but to go out. This should signify something very important about the nature of our reality. Every truth is but a half-truth. Every technique, every action can have a time and place. There is no perfect method, only consistently working methods with nuances to even those. As yin has a drop of yang, yang a drop of yin. With that said, as fundamentally sound as Naoya Inoue is, he is just as unorthodox. With these few examples, let them inspire you to have the courage to explore your own individual condition. Not to let your ego convince you to see truth in all you derive, but to let the forge of pain help you try and test what you feel. Ultimately, if you're right, it will fight for itself. Inadvertently, through trial and error, you will forge a more lucid feel of your reality as a whole. Or as Miyamoto Musashi would say, if you know the way broadly, you will see it in everything. That's the gift of discipline to one's craft. There's a reason why philosophy and martial arts are so closely intertwined. As ruthless as the world may seem, in a universe perpetually propagating pain, this indifferent plane, filled with both love and ruthlessness, is pure. To that end, thank you to these fighters for this lesson. If you liked how me reach my goal of 1 million subscribers, hit the subscribe and notify button, or let another in on Mind Smash. Thank you if you did. It truly does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma. And until next time, peace.